Let's get it. What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Hip Hop World. It's your boy Papa Benji. Y'all know we back with another crazy ass body cam. Y'all know these get crazy, but without further ado, God is good. God bless you all who watch this film. Let's lock it in.
No, did he already tell you? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Sorry to be lost.
This is 17-year-old Elizabeth Baldonado. A few hours ago, her boyfriend was found mysteriously shot dead in a back alley.
Damn.
She's bad. Yeah. She wants to hurt the person that did it. She's pregnant.
Tragically, Elizabeth is also pregnant with their child. Her mother, Ortiz Chavez, is trying to comfort her daughter. What Elizabeth doesn't know yet is that her mother is hiding a dark secret that will ruin the family's life.
Yeah, they say the mom murked the boyfriend.
Your mom's car is on video leaving the homicide.
You seriously think that they did it?
Yes.
My mom loved that child.
As detectives work the case, more and more clues start pointing towards Elizabeth's family, and
We got a midget on the scene. This shit about to get crazy.
as she learns that her own family are now suspected killers, all she can do is deny the accusations, while her mother sacrifices her own children to hide what she's done.
All
Wow.
right, then. Do you want to talk?
It's a quiet Friday morning in downtown Albuquerque. A 16-year-old boy walks alone through a back alley on his way to work, unaware that a killer is waiting for him inside one of the parked cars.
Really?
Then, a single gunshot rings out, striking the teenager in the head and killing him instantly, while the shooter disappears from the scene.
Wow.
Within minutes, multiple 911 calls start flooding in reporting the gunfire.
She had tapped this boy.
Patrol units quickly respond to the area, and as officers turn down the alley, they're met with a grim scene. Lying on the pavement is a teenage boy, motionless, with blood pooling beneath his head. The victim
Sad.
shows no signs of life and appears to have a gunshot wound visible just above his temple.
That's sad.
Whatever happened in this alley happened fast, and whoever pulled the trigger is already gone. Officers call it in and begin securing the perimeter. With no weapon in sight and no ID on the body, they now need to figure out who he is and why he ended up here.
That's kind of like a assassination, don't you think?
Backup units soon arrive and start canvassing the area, looking for anyone who might have heard or seen what happened. And before long, two witnesses come forward, claiming they saw something strange right after the gunshot.
Did you hear it?
I didn't hear anything, but I saw people running.
One of them is a light-skinned male. He turns around, runs back to the alley, and takes off down the street.
I just saw strange cars that aren't usually here. I just went circling and I noticed some weird activity and I just had this gut-wrenching feeling that someone was about to get shot because there were just weird people back here. And I saw this kid, this guy right here who shot, he was over here talking to some girl. And last minute I saw him there. I turned the corner and I heard a gunshot when I was on this side of the road. So then I came back over here and the car was down.
You heard one shot?
Just one.
According to witnesses, a single gunshot was fired, followed by a group of teenagers scrambling in every direction. One of them was seen jumping into a car with a girl before speeding away. The information is vague, but it gives police a starting point. Detectives soon arrive at the scene and launch a formal homicide investigation.
Niggas start hearing gunshots and start doing dumb shit, bro. Now you a suspect.
While examining the body, they notice something odd about the victim. He's still wearing an apron, the kind used by restaurant staff, suggesting he might have worked nearby. That small detail sends them straight across the street to the only restaurant in sight, Lindy's Diner. Inside, the owners immediately recognize the victim. His name is Josue J. Ruiz, 16 years old, a dishwasher who'd only started a few weeks earlier. They tell police Jay's grandfather is a regular customer, and officers are able to call him and ask him to come down to the scene.
That's good.
When Jay's grandfather arrives, detectives have to break the tragic news to him. But what he tells them about Jay's life will start to hint at darker things he may have been involved in.
So I don't know if anybody's told you this, and I was trying to see if you were. Obviously, Josue, is that how you say it? Yeah. Josue's passed on. So that's what we're here for. Is we're here to try to figure out what happened and try to do the best we can by Josue regarding. He's your grandson, is that correct? Okay.
Wow. He was involved with something, but I could never get the truth from him. I could never get the truth. There was one friend that he was involved with that, you know, I really didn't approve of. I was just getting ready to move him out, you know, to take him somewhere else so he can have a job or whatever.
Right.
But
Although the news clearly breaks him, he takes it with quiet strength, telling detectives that his grandson had been involved in something lately that might be what got him killed. And as the conversation continues, he mentions one more heartbreaking detail. Jay wasn't just a teenager with secrets. He was about to become a father.
Oh, yeah, wow. I was there at my apartment. And,
his girlfriend's at your apartment right now?
Yeah, he called me this morning and told me, hey, you're going to be a great grandfather, is what he told me. So.
No kidding. Who's his girlfriend?
Elizabeth, I think it's Maldonado.
She's at your apartment
right now, yeah.
The revelation only adds to the tragedy. Jay's girlfriend, 17-year-old Elizabeth Maldonado, is pregnant with his child and has no idea that he's gone. Investigators plan to speak with her later, but for now they allow Jay's grandfather to leave the scene and deliver the news himself, telling her,
Nah, that's some crazy shit right there. That's some crazy shit right there.
That detectives will be in touch soon. If anyone can explain what Jay had been caught up in, it's her. About an hour later, the homicide case is officially assigned to Detective Anna Bruciaga as the lead investigator. After reviewing the initial reports and witness statements, she begins canvassing the area for any surveillance footage that might reveal what happened. It doesn't take long before officers locate a camera mounted outside a nearby school, angled directly towards the alley where the shooting took place. When they sit down to review the footage, they finally get their first visual clue of Jay's killers.
So these are all the cameras that are running a system, digital.
Killer or killers? How many are there?
Analog. The analog sucks, so just a fair warning. This faces the alleyway. Once the shot happens, the people loading the vehicle will react. So it's the individual box of the vehicle somewhere right here.
Yeah, so he just walked to the passenger side.
And they react.
Almost looks like a Toyota.
On screen, a gold Toyota sedan can be seen racing away seconds after the gunshot. And through the tinted glass, detectives can barely make out what appears to be two figures inside the vehicle, meaning there are at least two suspects on the loose. A couple of hours later, detectives arrive at the apartment where Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth, is staying. They believe she might help them understand what Jay had been caught up in, but they have no idea that they'll soon come face to face with one of Jay's killers, someone far closer to him than anyone imagined.
Wait, so there's two killers? It just say mom killed the boyfriend, but like,
Do you mind if we come in here? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know that obviously he was possibly having some issues with some people, right? Can you tell me about that?
He doesn't really tell me much about that stuff.
So let's start with today. What did you guys do today?
He took a shower at like 8 o'clock. He was getting ready to go to work at 10. I was making appointments today because we found out that I'm pregnant. Well, he was texting me still until at least around 12 o'clock. And then he stopped answering me for a few hours.
The timeline Elizabeth provides lines up with the shooting. Around 11:20 a.m. is when Jay stopped responding to her messages, the same time investigators believe he was killed. Beyond that, Elizabeth doesn't offer much, saying Jay often kept to himself and never told her what he was doing. To detectives, it sounds like Jay might have gotten himself involved in something he didn't want anyone else to know about. Maybe a deal that went wrong or a confrontation that escalated. Whatever it was, it's likely what got him killed. Or at least, that's what it...
y'all always want to go to some gang related shit. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Who knows yet? Let's find out.
Seems at first, because Elizabeth isn't telling the full story. Not yet. And the next thing she remembers won't just give detectives a new lead, it'll start turning suspicion towards Elizabeth and her own family.
Really?
A little bit from what I gathered from Grandpa is that he feels that he was up to no good lately. Can you tell me about that?
This morning, him and my brother were supposed to box it out because this has nothing to do with this at all. My brother and him just don't get along. They bump heads very much. But my brother would never do this. He knows how I feel about Jade.
And which brother?
My younger brother.
Your younger brother? What's his name?
Angelo.
Tell me a little bit about why they were gonna box it out.
Me and Jay, we were arguing about something. I don't remember what. But we started getting really loud and my brother got tired of it, so he came in and told him to stop yelling at me, and then they just started fighting.
Physically fighting?
No.
So did they text each other that they were gonna fight?
No. Jay called me and told my mom that he wanted to box it out with my brother.
According to Elizabeth, her brother Angelo was supposed to box it out with her boyfriend Jay that morning. A teenage fight meant to settle whatever tension had been building between them. Although the fight never happened and Elizabeth insists it has nothing to do with the homicide, it suggests the conflict could have been personal. Investigators will now have to follow up on this and look into Angelo's involvement before ruling him out. But before the conversation can continue any further with Elizabeth, Jay's family arrives at the apartment. Word of the shooting has already reached them, but they still haven't received an official confirmation from police. Detective Anna Bruciaga has no choice but to break the tragic news to Jay's mother, a moment that no amount of experience could ever prepare anyone for.
Can you tell us what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I'm your loss. Okay. Right now, I don't have much other than officers were dispatched to the alleyway in reference to wholesale vehicle. Okay.
What happened?
And that's why so we just got called out. That's why I'm trying to interview as many people as I can. That's why I headed here first, and then I was headed your way because I do have some questions. But as of right now, I don't. Okay. I really.
Damn. Wow.
Thank you.
I was just about to say that's a dramatic ass moment. Like, you can never like think of some shit like that with a family member. You know what I'm saying? Like, prayers out to that boy. He was too young at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? People don't, you feel me? You don't know what people go through at the end of the day, but he still don't deserve his life to get taken at the end of the day. Put him in jail, but
with the devastating news delivered, Detective Anna Bruciaga tries to gather any insight from Jay's family, but they don't seem to have any. Even his mother can't imagine who would want to hurt him, leaving detectives with no clear leads or motives to work with. As investigators collect Jay's phone and prepare to leave, another woman walks into the apartment, Ortiz Chavez, looking to comfort her daughter. Detective Bruciaga sits down with her to collect some basic information. A casual conversation at first, until Chavez mentions a small detail that catches the detective's attention and quietly puts her on the radar.
What type of car do you drive?
I drive a Toyota. Toyota? Yes, like a Gold. Yeah, it's Gold.
whoa.
Stole that from me. I just looked there, whatever.
And you said you just purchased it?
Yeah.
Do you have a plate on it?
Yeah. No, I don't. They took our sticker off the temp tag. They took it off the car.
Where you said it's.
Oh, yeah. So earlier this morning, it broke down on her, and then she just left it there.
As Chavez describes her vehicle, Detective Bruciaga immediately recognizes the description. A gold Toyota sedan. similar to the one caught on surveillance footage speeding away just seconds after the shooting. The connection is hard to ignore. Bruciaga notes the details but decides it's too early to jump to conclusions. Wanting to verify it as quickly as possible, she wraps up the initial interview with the family and heads out with officers to the spot where Chavez abandoned her car that morning.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She just cooked herself. She should have said she got a dip. She shouldn't even said nothing.
When they arrive, the car is nowhere to be found.
Oh, really?
And Bruciaga starts suspecting Chavez might be hiding something. About 40 minutes later, investigators return to the apartment to interview Chavez privately. And that's when things start to get interesting. By now, it's only been a few hours since Jay was killed, and most detectives would still be collecting statements. But Bruciaga's instincts tell her there's no time to waste. So she sits down with Chavez and makes a bold accusation.
So here's the thing, okay? So I believe your car was used in today's homicide. Okay?
You're lying to me.
No, I am not.
So you stole my car?
That's why I'm talking to you. Okay, so if you don't tell me who had your car,
I don't know.
It's your car.
I left my car at the side of the road.
Okay.
I didn't lend my car to nobody.
Detective Bruciaga is quick to connect the dots, suspecting that it's Chavez's car that was speeding away. But Chavez claims she abandoned it and it must have been stolen. However, the detective is about to take things one step further, because if Chavez's car was used in the murder, the next logical question is who was behind the wheel? And with what Elizabeth revealed about the planned fight that morning, there's only one name that fits: Chavez's son.
Wow!
Angelo.
so what I'm getting at is that what are the odds that and his friends have a problem with Jay, and Jay is now dead, and people are telling me it's your car on scene.
But my son said he wouldn't, and neither would Javon. And I was with them today.
Okay. So you were with them all day?
Yes. My son had an interview at 9 o'clock, and we were over at the Whataburger over there, Cottonwood or whatever.
You drop him off?
No, I didn't leave the Whataburger.
Okay, so you waited for him to be done?
Yes, and we went back together to my house.
Okay, then you guys go back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he stayed there, and I left with myself, the car, to go see Elizabeth.
Chavez's morning timeline only reinforces the detective's suspicions. If she really abandoned her car around 10:30 that morning and it suddenly vanished, then there's a very high chance it's the same gold Toyota caught on CCTV later when Jay was shot. Witnesses also reported seeing a young male and female inside the car. And with Chavez having both a teenage son, Angelo, and a daughter, Elizabeth, things are starting to look very suspicious for her family.
Yo, I ain't trying to say nobody guilty or nothing, but it really is looking suspicious right now, bruh. And she look like she's lying, and she look confused and stuff. Like, just, if, I don't know, bruh.
Now though,
we gotta get into a mind of a criminal.
All of this remains as just early suspicion. After all, detectives know Jay had been hiding things. He was secretive and clearly mixed up in something he wasn't telling anyone about. But there's something eerily strange about Chavez's demeanor that Detective Bruciaga can't ignore. Even after being told her son might be involved in a homicide, she stays quiet, almost detached. Not the kind of reaction you'd expect from a mother facing that sort of accusation. And the longer the conversation goes, the more convinced Bruciaga becomes that the mother sitting in front of her knows more than she's letting on. So the detective decides to take an even bigger risk this time and make an accusation that most investigators would hesitate to ask this early on.
So, did you shoot Jay?
No, I didn't. No. He's a kid. He's a baby.
I know, but somebody did.
But no.
But I also feel like you know more than you're telling me.
But I don't.
Because again, I'm telling you, based on your demeanor, I think you know. what happened. And I know it's your car. And I am gonna confirm it on video surveillance.
I hope you do, because I'm like really, I'm like lost right now.
Again,
You can look at
Chavez's
her.
reaction isn't what Detective Bruciaga
You can see the shit in her fucking face. That's what's sad about it, bro. Like, you gotta be serious.
expects at all. Instead of breaking down or reacting defensively, she simply denies it with a sorrowful face. This response leaves Bruciaga torn between two possibilities. Either Chavez is innocent but in complete shock, struggling to process what's happening, or she's carefully keeping her composure to hide a guilty conscience and protect her children. Either way, she sticks to her story, and with nothing concrete so far, the interview comes to an end. But even without proof, Bruciaga can't shake the feeling that her instincts are right, that one of Jay's killers is sitting in this very apartment. With her doubts only growing, Bruciaga decides to move quickly and verify Chavez's version of events with the one person who can either confirm or contradict it, her son, Angelo. Within an hour, investigators head straight to Angelo's workplace to talk to him in person. Whatever he tells detectives will either clear his family or make things even worse for them.
So there was a shooting downtown today, and somebody died. So I know that you knew him. I think he was actually somebody that you knew because he was dating your sister.
Talking about Jay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he alive?
No, he's not. He's dead. So I just wanted to find out from you just a little bit.
Can you tell his grandfather? You talked to his grandfather?
Yeah.
Can you tell his grandfather so sorry?
Okay, yeah, for sure. So explain to me what this whole, like, your mom and your sister explained, like, this beef between you and Jay. So explain that.
We had a problem with him and his sister. And like I said, we had that with father. And then we didn't really like talk after that. We both went our separate ways.
Yeah.
So your sister tells your mom tells you that Jay wants to fight. So when did you guys plan to meet?
I didn't plan nothing. He assumed. And I was just like, we're good. We had all this food. So like, we're good. He said he wanted to do 8 o'clock.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she, you mean your mom said?
That's what he told me. That's what Jay told me. Like, that's what Jay told to tell my sister to tell me. But so on and so forth. This is like I told him.
That you're supposed to meet. Where were you guys supposed to meet?
He just said he wanted to fight me. He didn't talk to me early, so I assumed we had my door.
Angelo confirms most of what detectives have already heard from his sister and mother, saying Jay wanted to box it out that morning, but the fight never happened. Beyond that, there isn't much new information, and his version of events lines up neatly with his mother's timeline. For now, their stories seem consistent, but until those details come—
Wait, okay. So, I doubt he wanted to shoot and kill somebody, but you wouldn't know after somebody hit your sister.
be verified, Detective Bruciaga knows she has to take everything they've said at face value. However, before investigators can dig deeper, Angelo's mother suddenly walks in.
What the
This
hell?
time, she's far less cooperative.
He's not even a victim. You're not even talking to him. He's telling me.
But he's not in trouble, so he doesn't have to be 18 for us to talk to him.
I want to stay with him. I don't want to send him abroad.
I mean, it's up to him. If he doesn't want you here, he doesn't have to have you here.
Huh? Yeah, my sister and the bars here. I had to have him go pick up.
Talk to my sister.
So there is one thing that we are going to need, just like we talked with your sister, we can get your phone. So we're going to secure it, we're going to do a warrant.
I need it. I don't have a phone.
But your daughter's
an investigation like I explained to you earlier, Elizabeth. I'm taking your phone. You're not getting it back until I'm done with it. But as soon as I'm done with it, I will give it back to you.
Do you want me to take you to go find where your car was left? Because we've been all over there and we can't find it anywhere.
Well, I'm going to go shortly, but I want to make sure that my kids get my family get home. And right now, my biggest concern is I just want to go home.
What's your biggest concern?
I want to go home.
No, you absolutely can go home.
Despite investigators' attempts to convince her otherwise, Chavez insists on taking Angelo home. Even if her intentions are innocent, this sudden change in behavior doesn't help their case at all. If anything, it makes it look like an attempt to shield her son from further questioning. With the interview shut down, officers seize the family's phones, hoping digital evidence might reveal what they're not saying out loud. Back at the police station, detectives spend the next couple of weeks combing through statements, surveillance footage, and phone data. What they find begins to reshape the entire case. Among the first discoveries are text messages showing that Chavez was directly involved in arranging the so-called boxing match between her son Angelo and her daughter's boyfriend Jay. In one exchange, Elizabeth texts Jay saying that Mom says they'll be there at 8. Other messages suggest there may have been a gun involved. In one text, Elizabeth writes, "I'll be there too because I don't want anything like they pull a gun out." Investigators also uncover signs that Jay and Elizabeth's relationship was deteriorating, with both of them talking about breaking up. In one message, Jay tells her directly, "I'll talk to you when it comes to the baby, but I ain't doing this with you anymore." But even more alarming.
Wow. You motherfucking bitter side of the family. That shit is sad as fuck, bruh. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Were the contradictions in the family's statements. Elizabeth told detectives her boyfriend didn't leave the house until 10 that morning. Yet, Jay's phone shows him texting others about Angelo not showing up as early as 8 o'clock. In one of those messages, Jay texts a friend. They didn't show. 8 o'clock, the mom said, and it's 9. Man, her family's a bunch of assholes, I swear. Additionally, detectives uncover another name that hadn't come up before. Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert. In his messages, Gilbert expresses anger towards Jay and even makes promises of retaliation. By the end of the review, Detective Bruciaga becomes convinced that the entire family might be involved in planning what happened that day. Now, it's no longer a question of what happened, but who did it and exactly why.
Damn, your whole family under investigation. Damn. Huh? Shit, getting critical out here, man. What?
In the days following Jay's murder, investigators were at a standstill. Because Angelo and Elizabeth are still minors, their mother refuses to let them speak with police, effectively blocking detectives from getting any answers directly from them. But 20 days after the shooting, that changes. Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth Baldonado, turns 18 years old, and her mother can no longer stop her from talking. Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and convinces her to come down to the station to see the new evidence they've uncovered, carefully leaving out that it's evidence pointing towards her own family. The goal is simple: find out who was directly involved in Jay's killing, or better yet, get a confession. But before we get to that, do you struggle with deciding what to cook every day, or just end up ordering food every time? Meal could recipe more to week. And hello for a free on first dive. Plan to double down on the back to Elizabeth's interrogation. This time, detectives plan to double down on the accusations instead of playing nice. But this will soon backfire, because unlike her mother, Elizabeth's reaction will be very different.
Now that some time has passed and you've had time to think about it, Elizabeth, I want to hear what happened. Because I think you know more than you told me that day.
I don't know anything. I really don't. Why would you guys assume that? Why would I know anything new about that?
Because I have your phones, and I've looked through your phones. And so I do believe you know more.
What would I know more about? About who killed him? About who did it? No, I don't know. I really don't know who did it. If I knew who did it, I would have told you already.
So I know that you and him were having some problems and he broke up with you and you wanted to get back with him and he told you no. I will talk to you when it comes to the baby, but that is it. And he wanted nothing to do with you.
So you're saying that I had someone do something to him? Are you serious?
Okay, here's the thing, okay?
You have to loved him more than anything in the world. I would never do anything like that. I would never have anyone do anything like that because I loved him more than my whole life.
And actually, I do know that because you guys texted, I love you so much. Tons. So I do know that, okay? But you have to understand, Elizabeth, I'm investigating his homicide. Somebody killed him, okay? Have you ever watched homicide shows?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so you have to know that if I see anything like that on the phone, you have to know that I have to ask you these questions. Because at this point, I have gone through your phone, I have gone through your brother's phone, I have gone through Josue's phone, I have gone through other things, and I have to ask these questions because I have a feeling you know more than you're telling me.
I don't! I really don't! I don't know anything more than I'm telling you.
As planned, there is no small talk or warm-up. Right away, Detective Bruciaga tells Elizabeth she's not being fully honest. The approach is blunt, and it's clearly hitting a nerve as Elizabeth quickly grows defensive. But Bruciaga isn't backing off just yet. She's about to bet everything on her next move, laying out every piece of evidence she has against the family in hopes of eliciting an admission from Elizabeth.
Okay, so you brought up that your brother Gilbert had mentioned and said that he was gonna send someone up there to take care of it.
But he didn't. Because my brother knows that if he were to do anything, I would never speak to him again or at all. I would have him part of my life at all.
So Gilbert didn't do it.
Why would my brother do it? My brother literally knows how I feel about him.
So I'm pretty sure you've been in the household and have heard conversations. Correct?
Heard what?
Anything. Anything that talked about.
They do not talk about anything.
She need better investigation training. She doing a terrible job. You raising your person blood pressure up.
Okay, so where's your mom's car?
I don't know. You're seriously assuming that one of my family members did it? Because the car is missing. She literally filed a report that her car was missing that night.
Okay, so you say you love Josue, right? And he's the love of your life. So why are you covering for your mom and your brother?
I'm not covering for anybody. Are you fucking serious? You seriously think that they did it?
Yes.
My mom loved that child too.
Okay, maybe not your mom, but what if what if I told you that your mom's car is on video leaving the homicide? What if I told you that?
You know how many Toyota Camrys that are gold live in the city?
But what are the odds that your brother and Josue were supposed to meet up?
My brother was at home. My brother was at home with his girlfriend. They were literally sleeping until he had to go to work.
It's clear that Elizabeth has reached her breaking point. Every accusation towards her family is pushing her closer to the edge. Most investigators would pull back here, take a break, try to de-escalate, but not Detective Bruciaga. Instead, she decides to take a bigger risk, one that's bold but calculated.
Yo, she want to be like, oh yeah, I want to get this case given. You get what I'm saying? I want this case completed by any means necessary.
Rather than fighting Elizabeth's denials, she will lean into them, even agreeing that she's only trying to protect her family. In doing so, Bruciaga wants to make Elizabeth feel safe enough to talk and reveal what she's really hiding. It's a delicate psychological play, one that could end the interview entirely or solve the case right here and now.
But I'm gonna tell you right now that your mom said she drove Angelo to his interview. Guess what? Angelo said he borrowed the car from your mom and he drove himself to the interview. So obviously somebody's lying, and I kind of understand that you don't want to see.
No, you don't. They don't. They did not do it.
Because
you are literally looking in the wrong place. You're just trying to blame somebody just so that you can get someone for the crime. I know they didn't do it because, well, I don't know for sure, but I know they wouldn't have done something like that. They know how much that would crush me, and literally they have seen how much I have died these past 2 weeks.
Okay, and I'm not telling you if I find out your brother. I'm telling you when I gather up all my evidence and I arrest your brother, I hope that you didn't know more.
You guys can think that. however you like. My family did not do it.
Elizabeth, you can't get out without us letting you out, babe.
Elizabeth,
Yo, leave her.
I think you're.
Leave her fucking alone, bro. She breaking the wall, bro. I wouldn't even talk no more. Get my lawyer.
Ready to tell me more than you're telling me, okay? You have to realize, Elizabeth, that somebody took your baby's dad's life, and now that baby is not gonna have a father. And as much as you love your family, they still took your baby's dad away. Now that baby's not gonna have a dad.
I don't think I know that. That's literally all I think about every day, but not a second.
Can we finish talking in the conference room? Just because I can't hear, actually.
Yeah, we can't be sitting in the hallway, Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
This is our victim side, so.
Elizabeth's finally had
Send me the
enough.
fuck home.
The weight of the questioning breaks her down, and she's emotionally exhausted. Detectives try to take advantage of the moment, hoping her vulnerability will make her open up, but Elizabeth doesn't budge.
Y'all too fucking thirsty. That's the problem. Y'all too fucking thirsty. Back the fuck off a little bit.
Through tears, she keeps insisting her family is innocent. With nothing useful coming from Elizabeth, the interview ends. She's escorted out of the building, and investigators are back to square one. Still, Detective Bruciaga can't shake her suspicions. She knows this family is hiding something. What she hasn't figured out yet is that she's been focusing on the wrong suspects all along. Over the next couple of months, the case remains wide open. Investigators keep digging, and what they find...
How you get the wrong suspect? You was determined you was gonna arrest their brother, too.
is even more alarming. First, they learn that Chavez never followed through with her stolen vehicle report from the day of the murder. Then, while combing through phone data, detectives uncover explicit threats from Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert, directed at Jay. In one message, Gilbert writes he's gonna catch one, clearly hinting at plans for violence. In another text, he says, "Delete our messages and don't say anything about me saying I was gonna shoot him. It wasn't me for real. I ain't trying to deal with cops."
Wow.
Based on these details, investigators start to speculate that Gilbert may have taken things further, possibly supplying a gun or even using it himself to shoot Jay. Chavez, realizing what her sons had done, may have then disposed of the car to cover their tracks and build an alibi for the family.
Oh,
the
wow.
new findings push Gilbert to the
They got a whole analysis on this shit right now.
top of the suspect list, right beside his brother Angelo. But as compelling as the theory sounds, it's still just that, a theory. The case remains strong on suspicion, but weak on proof, and Detective Bruciaga desperately needs anything concrete from the Baldonado family. So, on May 19th, 76 days after Jay's murder, Bruciaga and a team of officers head to the family's house, determined to confront them face to face and see if she can pressure someone into cracking. When the investigators arrive at the door, no one expects how quickly things will get heated.
Oh, hi Gilbert, how are you?
House determined to confront them face to face and see if she can pressure someone into cracking. When the investigators arrive at the door, no one expects how quickly things will get heated.
Oh, hi Gilbert, how are you?
This nigga short as fuck.
Can I actually talk to you, Gilbert? You know what it's about because, you know, I've already...
This nigga short as fuck.
Done some research. I'm not gonna talk to you right here in the door. Do you want to come talk to me over here? Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Good. Okay. Is your mom here?
She's showering.
You might want to go tell your mom that I would like to talk to her again. I'm gonna talk to Gilbert if he's willing to speak with me. And Gilbert, again, I don't want to talk to you right here in front of the door. Do you mind coming even over here?
Yes.
So, tell me what you know.
Like I said, I just moved in here.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play games with you, okay? I know you threatened to take care of Josue.
Yeah, but I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
I wasn't even up here. I couldn't even do nothing.
Okay, so obviously you do know why I'm here and why I'm talking to you now. You want to discuss, or do you want me to just take it at face value? I already saw the Facebook. So. Huh?
So you can do whatever, I didn't do shit, so.
Okay, so.
I'm innocent.
Again, in your Facebook, you do disclose and say you're gonna send somebody to take care of him.
That's a
yeah, but did I send
okay, so
that's not a Facebook. That's a fucking text message. Not Facebook, nigga.
Well, who'd you send? Because he died.
I didn't send nobody.
Do I need to be any clearer? He died.
Yeah, but I didn't send nobody. Come on, ain't nobody want to do it. They're all scared.
Can I see your phone? Can I see your phone? Thank you. Do it. It's a T-Mobile. Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do a warrant on it. Okay.
Yeah, take my phone.
Yes. Again, you have to realize that I'm investigating a homicide. Okay, a homicide in which you threatened to kill my victim.
So you're gonna take my phone?
Yes. I'm gonna take your phone. I'm gonna do a warrant on it. If for any reason.
Just don't look at the pictures, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want to see something, but it's all about something.
Okay. Well, I won't look at pictures, but I am interested in who you've been talking to, text messages, and so on. So I am gonna do a warrant on it. Okay.
With no luck getting anything useful from Gilbert, Detective Bruciaga cleverly confiscates his phone, hoping it might hold the evidence she needs.
She said, "You got a phone? Let me see that. We confiscating that shit, boy. And we gonna get a warrant for it, boy. Big head ass boy. This nigga child height."
But still can't prove. As this is happening, Chavez is seen stepping outside and speaking briefly with officers. She looks like she's in a hurry to leave. Not willing to let the moment slip away, Detective Bruciaga plans to intercept and confront her about the boxing match she helped organize to see how she reacts when cornered. This time, however, Chavez isn't the same calm, collected woman from before. What Bruciaga gets instead is a very different side of her.
I love you. I want to go to HCM.
Can I talk to you really fast?
I have to catch the bus, so, I mean, you got 5 minutes of my time.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you for speaking with me. Have a good day.
We'll check in with you before we leave. Talk to us again.
Hi, Elizabeth. I know you're gonna be quick and all, but so you know why I'm here, okay? I don't gotta repeat myself. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to play games.
This is that
okay?
confirmation number from when I had called, because I called that same evening, and nobody ever came by to get what's
you
called.
didn't report your car.
I did. This
no.
is it. Yes, it is.
I already know.
Okay, you know what, lady? I'm not trying to be mean with you, but this is the confirmation number that I...
So why did you set up a fight between Angelo and Josue?
No.
Yes, you did.
No. The
I
little
have
boy called over. He called to the house. He was asking for a fight. I was like, wait a minute, you want to do what? I was like, are you serious? It was either that or they wanted to sit there and do some stupid things. I'm not trying to have stupid things going on between those boys. Those boys need to learn how to get along.
Like I said,
So
I have phones. I already know when you called it in. You never fully followed through.
I did. I waited for them to get here.
Okay, do you have the title to the vehicle?
It's in that vehicle. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Like, I cannot give you any more information because it was in the vehicle. I didn't even get to register the car or anything.
You've had the car since before January.
Yeah, and I also had to get an alternator for it. You know how much money it takes to just for me to save for just a little bit, a few things? But the little boy, he called. He wanted to make the fight.
Right. I'm not saying Josue. I'm not saying Josue didn't set the fight, but you let them know and you set up the fight because they were gonna fight that morning.
No, because they had to know. I'm like, this is what's going on when your sister's left. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, I let them know because they needed to know because that's not right.
So I'm gonna tell you something, okay?
Yeah, my 5 minutes. I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? When I charge someone, you're gonna be charged along because I know you're hiding the truth and I know you're listening to me, and it would suck for Aurora and Elizabeth's baby to not be present, for you not to be present, because I will charge you because I do know you were gonna set up that fight that day. The end.
Young lady,
I got it off your daughter's phone. Goodbye.
Clearly, Chavez is done talking as she storms off the scene angry and defensive. But in her frustration, she lets something slip, admitting that she knew about the fight between Jay and her sons, though she insists it was all Jay's idea. Before leaving the house, Bruciaga tries once more to speak with Elizabeth to see if she's finally ready to tell the truth.
How you been, Elizabeth?
Fine.
Are you still pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah? How far along are you?
Well, from my menstrual cycle, she said 14 weeks and 7 days.
So, Elizabeth, you know, we talked last time, and I know you were very upset, and I can't imagine what you're going through, because you're kind of put in between, but I already know you know what happened.
Oh, I don't.
She about to make this girl have the baby early. This girl gonna blow up like an inflatable.
I don't know what happened at all. All I know is that when his grandpa got back, he told me that Jay was dead.
I would just hate, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, still believe that you weren't involved. But I would just hate to find out that you were involved. And then where does that baby go? Because he no longer has a dad. That day, there was a witness that describes a female matching your exact description, talking to Josue right before he gets shot.
I was at the house.
Okay. Do you realize how close you live?
I was literally cleaning,
Again, Elizabeth, listen to me.
And then when his grandpa came home, he walked in on me washing the dishes.
You're not going to change my mind because, I mean, is it weird that she lives here and she knows nothing?
Well, Elizabeth, you have to think. But can I talk to you for a sec, Elizabeth?
What?
So
Say something else.
I know we're not trying to you know upset you any more than you already are or anything like that. But you have to think about how when this case goes to court, one, when people get arrested for things like this, they don't care whose family, friends, or whoever else they can or will throw under the bus to try to get themselves a better deal. When this goes to court and a jury of 12 random people, don't worry about what I think about it. Don't worry about what Anna thinks about it. Think about what those 12 people are thinking about it. You got to think about what's best for him or her.
I don't. Okay. I would have had you guys about that.
If you hear something or something comes up,
I slept here since the day I met him.
With Elizabeth repeating the same story as before and no progress made, the officers decide to leave. But Bruciaga gives the family a promise. The next time she comes back, it won't be for questions. It'll be with a warrant.
Okay.
A month later, on June 15th, investigators finally get the break they've been waiting for. Cell tower data definitively places Angelo's phone at the scene of the murder at 11:20 a.m., the same time Jay was killed, directly contradicting his earlier alibi that he was home with his mother. With this new evidence, a warrant is secured for Angelo's arrest, and Bruciaga returns to the Baldonado residence, just as she promised. That afternoon, 16-year-old Angelo Baldonado is arrested and charged with murder. Now with the prime suspect finally in custody, police have the chance to interview him without his mother intervening. Bruciaga hopes this will be the moment they get to close the case for good. But to her surprise, Angelo isn't about to make that easy, because this time, he has an escape plan of his own.
Hey, Angelo. I'm still at chair, sorry.
Is my mom gonna be here somewhere?
Is your mom gonna be here? Was she driving? Was she driving down here?
Oh, she was talking to one of the people that was there at the house.
Oh, at the house? Yes. I was at the office, sorry, I was no longer at the house. Okay.
She should be coming.
So she should be coming. Okay.
And if not, like, she should be coming.
She should? Okay. So you do remember me, and I actually do know you remember me because you're like, can I talk to Anna? So, but again, I am Anna Bruciaga, deputy. This is my partner. So, Angelo, because you are a minor, I am gonna read you your rights, and we're
That's why I want my mom here. That's me. Like, not any questions or something. If I wasn't like gonna talk to my mom about.
So you want your mom here while I read you your rights as well?
Yeah, I want her for the whole thing.
For the whole thing? Okay, fair enough.
Asking so much.
At this time, you are going to get booked for your warrant, okay?
What exactly is the warrant?
It's a homicide warrant.
But why are you doing this?
Okay. Again, you know, because you said that you wanted to speak to me with your mom, I can't ask you questions. At this point, I am booking you for the homicide warrant, and that's all I can do.
It's certainly not the response Detective Bruciaga was hoping for, but it's hardly surprising. After months of his mother keeping him away from investigators, Angelo refuses to speak without his mother or a lawyer present. With no
Shit, I need my lawyer and my mama there too. You trying to butt me for a homicide? Fuck out of here. The fuck on.
Cooperation and no confession, there is nothing more detectives can do. Angelo is booked into the county's juvenile detention center, held without bond while prosecutors prepare to take the case to trial. For now, he's the only family member officially tied to the crime, and investigators believe they've finally got Jay's killer behind bars. But what no one has caught on to yet is that Angelo isn't the one who pulled the trigger.
Really?
He's just a scapegoat, taking the fall for a killer who's still free and quietly getting away with murder.
Wow.
A full year
Damn, it ain't him. Shit, he was on the scene though, shit.
passes since Jay was tragically killed. His pregnant girlfriend,
I ain't gonna lie, my mind a little fucked up right now, bro. I don't know what the fuck going on, bro. I done seen that midget nigga, bro. They wanted to fight. The next thing you know, the dude dead. You feel me? So I don't know. The mom definitely got something to hide.
Elizabeth Baldonado gives birth to his son in November 2022. Her social media posts show a young woman trying to rebuild her life, sharing photos of her baby, spending time with friends, and appearing to move on in a new relationship. On the surface, it seems like life is slowly returning to normal. Meanwhile, her brother Angelo remains in juvenile detention awaiting trial. The case seems closed, and Jay's family begins to find closure, believing justice has finally been served. That is, until, out of nowhere, police receive a phone call that changes everything. In March of 2023, a woman contacts detectives claiming she's been talking to Elizabeth's older brother Gilbert on Facebook, and according to her, he's just confessed to knowing exactly who killed Jay that day.
I've been kind of watching everything that goes on Facebook, and
You
I was
fucking
able
rat.
to see that Gibby was pretty hateful towards his mom, and so I figured maybe I could get him to say something about it. So I messaged him, "Why is your brother locked up?" Because my mom and him went to go fight my sister's baby daddy because he beat her. And when they got there, my sister's baby daddy tried to pull out a gun, but he got hit before he could even get his gun. But they put the murder on my brother. I said, "That's real f***ed up. Why they put it on your brother?" He said supposedly witnesses were there and said it was him. And they say they also got video and that it looks like him in the video, but you can't see shit. All you see is a big ass group, and then everybody scatters. I said, "What the f***, your mom didn't tell nobody it wasn't him?" He said, "Nope." He said, "The crazy part is my little brother ain't telling on my mom." I said, "So your mom did it and let your brother go down?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Have you tried to tell your brother to tell?" He said, "Yeah, but he tells me no. But that's how we was raised. No matter what the situation is, don't tell. And if we do, we gotta face consequences."
Needless to say, Gilbert
Damn, my nigga, that was some dumbass fucking teaching, nigga. That was some dumbass teaching. And shorty, you ain't even involved in the investigation and you just told. And you short motherfucker, how are you gonna tell the whole shit to this bitch and you don't even know her, bruh? You was a sellout, bro. All y'all niggas just sold the fuck out, bruh. Y'all just sold the fuck out, bruh. Y'all had a chance to get away from this shit, potentially, and y'all fucked it up.
Gilbert's confession changes everything. Detectives already suspected Chavez's involvement in arranging the boxing fight, but no one imagined she was the one who pulled the trigger. Investigators begin to theorize that Chavez may have orchestrated the entire thing, luring Jay to the alley under the guise of a fight with her son, only to end it herself with a single shot to the head. But despite what sounds like a breakthrough, Detective Bruciaga knows she can't move too fast. Arresting Chavez now, based only on Gilbert's secondhand confession, could jeopardize the entire case. Without solid evidence, Chavez will be innocent in the eyes of the law. Over the next few months, investigators work quietly, monitoring jail calls between Chavez and her son Angelo. Most of the conversations are vague, small talk, cautious wording, but in one of the calls, Chavez makes an interesting statement. When Angelo asks why his brother Gilbert looks sad, Chavez replies, "He's heartbroken you're in there. I told him it's because I f***ed up, because I'm stupid, period." Hearing what sounds like an admission of guilt, Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and visits Angelo at the detention center, hoping this time she can finally get the truth. When she meets with him,
y'all be barking too much, bruh. Y'all listen to the recorded calls, then y'all call somebody in and mention the fucking shit. Like, all right, now I can't say too much on the phone now. Now I can't say even more stuff on the phone.
She doesn't have to do much convincing because Angelo is already prepared to make a deal and save himself.
If everything would be happening what we're talking about right now, would I get at least the first degree dropped down? So it'd be the way to work around it.
So if you're wanting to now give a statement, we can definitely schedule an appointment where it's me, you, and the attorney. And then I'm more than welcome to talk to you then.
After Angelo agrees to cooperate, detectives quickly arrange a formal interview with him and his attorney present. Angelo ends up corroborating his brother Gilbert's confession, confirming that it was his mother who pulled the trigger and drove away from the scene.
Damn.
With both sons telling the same.
Damn, Junior, you got tired of being in there? Thought you was raised not to tell. You tell, you gonna face the consequences. You feel me? I know you ain't do it, but if you did it, would you would have sat in there? All right, who knows, man? Can't be raised. You can't be being raised with that type of saying, bro. That's cold.
Same story. There's only one crucial piece missing to solve the case: a confession from Chavez herself. Without her own words, the defense could argue that the boys are lying or that their statements were coerced. A few days later, an arrest warrant is issued, and Chavez is taken into custody. Detective Bruciaga brings her into an interrogation room determined to secure an admission. Not through confrontation this time, but through empathy. If the plan works, they'll finally close the case for good. But if Chavez sees through it, the interview will be over before it even begins.
I know that you obviously recognize me because we've met in the past more than once, okay? And regardless of what happened then, I'm not gonna be rude to you, I'm not gonna be disrespectful to you, even though in the past, you weren't the nicest, right? But you're here and I'm not gonna be rude, and I expect the same, kid. Fair? Okay. Obviously, I know you were visiting Angelo. I know you were visiting Angelo. How is he doing? He's okay? Yeah? Okay. How are you doing?
He's in there for nothing. He didn't do anything wrong.
And I mean, just in general, not just because you already know why you're here. You've been in handcuffs. You've been in the back of the cop car.
Just now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read you your rights, okay? Do you understand? Okay, fair enough. With that being said, what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna stop this interview. You're going to jail on 2 warrants, okay? You do have an open count murder warrant, and you do have, and I have to look at that one to read you the exact, but it's a warrant, okay? And that's not mine. It's not for me to discuss.
Whoa. How?
What happened now is I'm gonna stop this interview. You're going to jail on 2 warrants, okay? You do have an open count murder warrant, and you do have, and I have to look at that one to read you the exact, but it's a warrant, okay? And that's not mine. It's not for me to discuss, but that's what one of the warrants is for. Okay?
Unfortunately, things don't go according to plan. The moment Chavez realizes where the conversation is heading, she immediately shuts down the interview and asks for a lawyer. From here on, it's up to the court to decide whether the evidence against her is enough to prove what everybody already suspects.
What?
At the trial, prosecutors present the full scope of the case. Phone records, surveillance footage of Chavez's car, the brothers' confessions, and the jail call recordings. They argue that Chavez disapproved of the relationship between her daughter and Jay and was motivated by anger over how he treated her. They also believe she calculated that her teenage son would face lighter consequences if he took the blame. As for her other children, Elizabeth and Gilbert, investigators determined that neither had any direct role in the shooting.
Okay.
Elizabeth in particular is found to have had no knowledge of her mother's deadly intentions. She withheld some information to protect her family, but was ultimately determined to be a victim caught in the middle. Eventually, Angelo Baldonado pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and assault with intent to commit a felony, and is sentenced to remain in juvenile detention until age 21. His mother, Chavez,
that's a light-ass charge right there, my boy.
Pleads guilty to second-degree murder and, in May 2025, receives the maximum penalty of 18 years in state prison. Chavez is also facing a separate charge related to child exploitation material found on her tablet during the investigation.
What? You wildin', bruh. They done opened up another one.